start with the Daily Trust newspaper. This front page story here. Southern candidate Jonathan or Obi.
This dimension that came in this morning jolted me. Apparently, when Jerry Ghana was answering a question when he was in an interview with Sheyi Okebaloye, and he said that the PDP had an option that is even better than Obi, I now understand what he was talking about. Apparently, there have been moves towards Jonathan. They've been making moves and having meetings with him to let him come and contest, to encourage him to contest the presidency on the PDP ticket, because it would
Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Telecast TV. I'm Miracle Angala. You are watching PDP 2027 plan. The former president Goodluck Ebele Jonathan versus the former Labour Party 2023 presidential candidate Peter Obi, who can win President Bola Ahmed Tinubu come 2027 election. The negotiations are on ground. Endeavor to watch to the end. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, subscribe, like, comment, and share your thoughts. Don't miss trending videos.
It would help it will solve the southern one-term problem.
Okay.
Because he's already done one term. So he will be a southerner, and he can only do one term anyway. And so that is very, very likely to pacify the North. Secondly, is the fact that Jonathan, compared to this government, now looks like a saint. Even though I had my reservations about his competence for running this country. When I say competence, please don't take it personal or as an insult. I'm just saying that I thought that Nigeria could do. We have resources, but that's another story for another day. Anyway, down to this story, it says that as political permutations, this from the Trust. Now remember that the Trust is a northern paper, and also this story is the front page lead story. So these two things I want you to bear in mind. It says as the political permutation gather pace ahead of the 2020 presidential elections, is weighing two prominent southern figures, Goodluck Jonathan and Peter Obi. Multiple sources told the Daily Trust that Jonathan has emerged as a top contender within the PDP circles as chieftains identify efforts to bring him back into the fold. The move comes amid the party's ongoing internal crisis and declining influence, especially following the defection of its 2019 and 2023 flag bearer, Atiku. So it goes on to talk about Jonathan. It goes on to the third page, and it says that it says what exactly I said in the very beginning. Jonathan has been contacted. His aide, one of his aides, says, let me read the story. Jonathan needs concrete assurances, ex-aide. While efforts to get a formal reaction from Jonathan's spokesman, Atiku Eze, were not successful. As part of the time of filing this report, a former senior aide to the former president told the editors that consultations with the president by PDP leaders, Sheriff, had been going on for months. These politicians are dangerous. The source, who asked not to be named due to the sensitivity of the discussion, confirmed that a high-level meeting was scheduled to take place recently, but did not hold as planned. Now, the Trust is not too sure that Jonathan might accept, given the stand of his wife, sometime I think around May or June, in which he was quoted as saying that she doesn't. No, she didn't even say she doesn't know. She said Jonathan is definitely not going to go back to Aso Rock. Does not going there. And she pledged her loyalty to Remi Tinubu and so on and so forth. But that's politics. But politicians are known. Don't bother to ask a politician about the veracity of any story concerning the their moves. Okay, just don't bother. So what Patience Jonathan said to me is neither here nor there. But there is still another story, Sheriff, on page 3. Same, because it's 2 pages. It says, Jonathan's visit to IBB sparks speculation amid wife's endorsement of Tinubu. And it says that Jonathan had held a closed-door meeting with IBB. Now, remember that Tinubu's wife too visited IBB. But a politician, IBB will receive anybody.
That's right.
Except a lesser minion
That's
like me. If I say I want to say, well, I don't know this guy. But he might see you.
He will still receive you.
Well, he will still Okay. Jokes apart, an aide to the former president told the Daily Trust that during the meeting, IBB directly asked Jonathan if he was planning to run for president again. Lowe asked him, do you want to run for president again? And the story says the former president was said to have responded that he had not yet made up his mind. He had not yet made up his mind. So that shows that something had gone. However, analysts believe that Jonathan's prospects may be limited by the public stance of his wife. I don't believe so. She prays to little Red in Tinubu, yes, but I don't believe so. Anyway, so this story is a very good exclusive by the Daily Trust, and I commend them for it. And I think that it throws a spanner in the works for Atiku. Okay, it shows that I think the general thinking is that the next president really and truly should come from the south. And but I'm now asking myself that, would Nigerians think that Jonathan is the savior that will save them from the hands of this current situation that they believe they are? You see, I'm using my words now carefully, that they believe that they have found themselves in. I have my doubts. I have my doubts. But I think that Jonathan could be a formidable, opponent to the current president as things are now. I did not say he will upset the apple cart, but I said he would be a formidable opponent to the. So what would then? How strong would the PDP? Would the PDP then join with the ADC? Would Peter Obi agree to join the PDP back and just campaign for Jonathan? And Jonathan fulfills one problem that is across the political parties, and that is that they would want a southerner to use up the second term with the guarantee, of course, then that power would shift again to the north. So it is a whole lot of it. Early days yet, but things are beginning to take shape bit by bit. If Jonathan suddenly declares that he wants to run, does he have the gravitas and the muscles to bring back all those who had left? Jonathan comes from the same region with Wike. So would Wike now be? Would he says he's going to support Tinubu? Of course, that's where his launch is coming from as at now. Would he be able to move against, quote and unquote, a son of the soil?
His former leader.
His former leader.
Because it was minister under Jonathan. Looking at how President Jonathan lost to President Buhari, and all of the things that the APC did to get him out of power, do the PDP think that they have enough things to campaign in favor of Jonathan against the APC?
That's one thing. And the thinking that they would have, and their supporters, and indeed some APC supporters, would be that they had regrets that they didn't let Jonathan serve his second term as against 8 years of Buhari, another 4 years of this government. That is the perception. It depends on which side of the divide that you are. The campaign would be, when you threw this man away, these were the results. Look at the results they had then. Look at what you have now. And Nigerians have forgiven that one spectacular thing he did by giving in. Building an image of a man of peace. Okay? Is enough for him. It will embolden his spirit to say that I can present myself.
Another thing that President Jonathan was widely faulted, for is the fact that he was too calm. He was too laid back. Is he a changed man now?
Yes, he's grown, and Nigerians have a short memory. What they know is that since he left, they've been going down a very bad lane.
Yes.
So
that's what most Nigerians.
So that's what most. Yes.
So that will work in his favor.
Yes. What the ace in the cards would be who the ADC would present.
Yeah.
They work with the PDP. And I think they jolly well might, because they're two of a kind. They're two of a kind. They prevail on Amechi. Amechi is not much of it. It's Obi that is the key man. And Obi has been saying recently that, look, I'm not keen on power. I just want this country to be well run. There is something hidden behind what he's saying.